There's a code book called the DSM code book. It's a special code book that people use to, essentially you're writing out a description of the problem. And there are all these disorders. And I just had this mind-blowing realization that all of them really boil down, there's only one disorder. The IS disorder, the IS disorder, big I, capital S disorder, the illusion of separation disorder. Is it not? Comes right down to it. It's the illusion of separation between us and between the divine, which we are. So I thought I'd rewrite the code book. I'll make it a real thick book. On the first page, I'll put IS disorder. And then I'll write down what the IS disorder is, because I give you an extra time to explain what the thing is. Well, it's the belief that I'm not you, you're not me, and we're not God. Okay? There's the problem. So what's the result of that? Well, life pretty much sucks. It's a struggle. You're sick a lot, you don't have enough money, and you can't get in a relationship that works, and on and on and on, and all that. Well, so then the cool part about this is then after it says that, you flip to the next page and it says dissociative identity disorder, and below that it says C is disorder. Borderline personality disorder, C is disorder. A lot of blank pages. But I thought, I was laughing so hard when this came to me, because I thought, this is so true. It just boils down to one thing. We just need to go home. We need to go home and recognize who we are and be that person. Full out. Pedal to the metal. No looking back. Don't you think? I mean, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So, and the cool, really wonderful thing about it is, we have something where you can actually make that happen. It's not just reading another book and getting inspired again. Jesus, how many books do you need to read? How many lectures you need to have that people saying the same thing over and over again? I'm full up the insights. I want to see some change. So yeah, I still read, but the main reason I read is more like stimulation and to create ideas of things I haven't thought of that I can make real inside me. I'll give you this gift tonight, because this was so fabulous when I figured it out. I have all these books I've read. I've given away a lot of them, but I've read hundreds of books. In personal growth, self-development, spirituality, and all that. I was a philosophy major at UCLA. I mean, that was my undergraduate stuff. So I'm thinking, I've read a lot of really inspirational books. I love this stuff. And then I realized, I'm really smart, but my life doesn't look so smart. My life looks pretty stupid. I'm pretty smart. What's the discrepancy there? There's a gap, right? Why doesn't your life look as smart as you are? That was my proverbial question. And that's why PSYCH-K is so important, because what you can do is go to your books, take the half a dozen of the most inspirational books you've ever read, if you've still got them, take them off the shelf, don't reread the whole thing, just ask yourself the question, in this book, what was the greatest inspiration that I got from that book? And characterize it in one sentence. And then take the sentence and turn it into a first-person present tense statement. And then muscle test it. And then internalize it. You want to make your life a living example of the wisdom you possess. You want to make it a habit, not an effort. We're all aspiring to this and trying to do this and trying to live. I say, heck with all that trying. Master Yoda said it best. He said, don't try, Luke, just do. So let's do it. Take the wisdom you know, start with just half a dozen little bits of wisdom that you go, yeah, I'd love my life to be like that, and then use that as grist for the balancing wheel. Internalize it, make it a habit. Then from that new place inside you, once you have that new understanding and those become habits, not an effort to try to see things that way, you're automatically seeing life that way. At that point, you'll see it from a different level. You'll pick some new insights, because at that level, you can see them. This is like fast tracking to enlightenment. The whole point of this next level of PSYCH-K is to accelerate personal and global spiritual evolution. That's what the whole thing's about. That's why it came in. That's what we're here to do. That's what's actually happening, and all we've got to do, step on the gas and use what you already know. Does that make sense to you? Okay. I would answer questions, entertain questions more about what we've been talking about. What's the big picture for PSYCH-K, or anything like that. That sort of thing.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What is the big picture for PSYCH-K?
Okay, well, yeah, I sort of characterized it at the very end here. I think what it is in these times, in the next 4 or 5 years especially, on this planet, It's to create those people that can stand in the eye of a storm and be very still. It's to accelerate your own personal evolution, which accelerates global evolution in a spiritual way. So your spirituality won't become a thing separate from you. You will be it. So you'll become the spirit you seek. You'll become the solutions you're looking for. You want a miracle? Be the miracle. And you've got tools to do that once you believe. The only thing standing between you and being the miracle is your belief that you're not the miracle. I mean, every master on the planet, Jesus, Buddha, I mean, they all said the same thing. When it came right down to it, they said, okay, you want to change something? Then change your beliefs. You are your beliefs. The out-pictured world that you see and you live in, you want to know what your beliefs are? Check out here. That's what they are. Oh, they can't be that. Sure enough. Subconsciously they are. And that's where you can go to make the shift. Does that help? Okay, yes.
Can you talk a little bit about your trip to the big major conference you did in Europe?
Oh, yeah. Just came back from Austria. Bruce Lipton and I were invited among some other speakers to go to a really amazing conference put on by the Waldzell Institute, W-A-L-D-Z-E-L-L Institute in Vienna. And the conference took place in a place called the Melk Abbey, which is in southern Austria. There are 150 people at the conference and 1,000 people who wanted to be. The room is limited in terms of this old abbey. It's about a 1,000-year-old abbey. So you've got this room, this big room, and they actually screen the people that come. It's not the other way around, like, oh, please sign up for the conference. No. They look at the entire 1,000 people or so that, in this case, applied to come to this thing, and they screen them so that they get entrepreneurs, they get people from different parts of the world, all there under the auspices of a global dialogue for inspiration. And what they do is they take their life's work, essentially it's the PSYCH-K book and pieces of it, and they put it in this abbey, in the library of this abbey, for now and forever. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. They go through a whole ritual thing to do that. I was incredibly honored to be there, and I was representing all of you, all of the instructors, and the thought form of PSYCH-K. It wasn't about Rob. It is about what you've internalized. What everybody owns this in that sense of, wait a minute, okay, thanks for bringing it in, but it's mine now, and that's what I want you to believe. I want you to feel that. I want you to be that. It's just a bunch of wild and crazy people that were there. I'm here. We've arrived. This is it. And the subtitle of the whole conference was "The Time Is Now." I took it personally. For all of us, the time is now. The time is now. Yes.
I was in the eye of the storm with Gustav. My blood pressure went through the roof. I mean, like way up. And a tornado came and knocked the tree down my house. And we're sitting there, and I did 2 whole brain punctures.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, my blood pressure
Down again. Yeah. Absolutely. That's why I think I have the best job in the world. I get to hear stories from all the instructors, from all the people. The times I get to teach, I really cherish because I don't get to teach that much anymore. The instructors are doing that. But I teach with Bruce Lipton usually a couple times a year. It looks like we're going to teach a little more often next year together, probably in Europe, because the PSYCH-K book is being published in German by the same publisher that published Bruce's book. And that'll happen in the spring. And then the publisher's invited Bruce and I to come and do one of our 4-day events there. So that'll be great. We've got a really great group of German instructors. So we'll probably do it in Germany at least once or twice. The Waldzell people have asked us to come back, Bruce and I, a second time to be speakers. That's unheard of. Something's happening, folks, and it's a good thing. I grew up at Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, and the ocean was my first spiritual teacher. And it was about how to be in the right place at the right time to catch the wave. And if you were too soon, you're kind of like crazy, but you're too soon, the wave broke over you, really creamed. If you were too late getting in the wave, you missed it. We are exactly where we're supposed to be right now. The thought form is being injected into the stream of consciousness at exactly the right time. That's been my hardest thing personally to do, is to wait. The patience it took for the timing to catch up with the desire, was almost more than I could bear. But now it's like riding the wave in the direction it's going. So my new job is Chief Shamanic Officer in charge of joy.